I thought she already had a lolly model, so I guess we needed it to be more lolly. I don't know. There's a few things about the video. I think I'll just pause and I'll talk about them as we go. How about that? Oh yeah, other things I should probably mention. This isn't the first time Twisty has had leaks. This is what, like the third time now? First, there was the Aster leaks, which were from Discord DMs that she had with one of her fans. Then
been an update with a new pinned post on the Twisty Apology, which we looked at in the last video. If you guys remember, I gave you guys a full rundown of what's happened, but it seems like, you know, Twisty a couple of hours ago has replied even further. You know, obviously, you know, she's already given out an apology on Twitter, then did the live stream apology, and now it's making a pinned comment apology on top of that. It just keeps going on and on and on. And obviously, yeah, they say Twisty put out a new pinned statement comment on her recent apology and true video. She went all out. It's wild. Read the whole thing. And it's right here over on the page as well. Obviously, as you can see. And obviously, one thing I just want to point out here is the fact that someone actually mentioned the fact that there is ads on this video, on the apology.
Of a leaked call she had. In blue is Twisty, by the way. And she's in a call with two other people. I believe at least one of them is a VTuber as well. And in this, she's going to say some controversial stuff that has the Niji-Sanji fans really up at arms. And I will say this because it is now confirmed this is not a fake call. Twisty has come out and confirmed the authenticity of this call herself in an apology that we'll look at later in this video. An apology that is not going over very well with the Niji-Sanji fan base. But anyways, let's jump right into the call.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Twitter's useless, but just to
me talking to Epic for like an entire 2 hours. But it's not that bad either.
Well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible.
Okay.
We have a little turbulence at the start of this flight.
Twisty Amanozako was an English language virtual YouTuber affiliated with Nijisanji, debuting as part of the unit Danath. Twisty has a very mischievous and chaotic personality, and is often somewhat childish and sometimes says very out-of-pocket things. For example, in one of her collabs with Vanta, he asked her, besides the sister-brother duo, what subtrope would she rather have? And Twisty answered with boyfriend, with the brother-sister thing still. Danath started their group activities on 21 May 2024 and had their first stream on 25 May 2024 JST through a special debut program hosted on the Nijisanji unofficial channel, which was commentated by Doppio Dropscythe and Vantacrow Bringer. Twisty was the last of the group to hold her first stream.
Looking for a protector?
Kneel before me.
Welcome back, Master.
And kind, beautiful young lady known as Twisty Amanozako from Niji-Sanji and Danath. As much as it pains me to admit this, I am not a princess. But I still fully expect you to treat me like the princess that I, want to be. Sorry, that was kind of mean. My birthday, or, you know, the better term, Twisty Day, is January 10th. My age is young lady, and my measurements are 000. Don't gawk at me or anything, okay? I know I'm pretty. Also, my height is 152 cm, and I don't really know what the cm stands for, but I think it means I'm really tall. I am a full-time ojo-sama. I know that a job such as this may seem quite overwhelming and incredibly difficult, but let me assure you, it is. Being cute is a 24/7 job, and though it may be incredibly strenuous, I always continue to do my best. All for you, of course. I speak English. Barely. Japanese. Barely. Chinese. Barely. And, I speak cat. Fluently. This is the one thing I can speak, okay? Are you ready? You're ready. Okay. Ikuzo! Meow! Meow, meow, meow!
Why are these YouTubers creating a hit on Twisty? It's because there was a leaked Discord group chat audio between her and another YouTuber. She was acting racist and transphobic, among other things. Twisty issued an apologetic tweet a day after the incident. We will read a few excerpts from it. I would have watched the whole thing, but the original account that submitted it abruptly deleted it, so I no longer have access to it. However, a few YouTubers have watched the video, and we will have to seek their feedback.
Tired 2 hours. It's not that bad, I guess. Well, talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrifying. Okay.
We have a little turbulence at the start of this flight. So she's saying talking to an Indian sounds pretty terrible, referring to this fan who apparently is Indian, and well, that seems to be a theme throughout this video. She doesn't seem to have the best things to say about Indians, and if you're waking up today and you're an Indian Niji Sanji fan, you're probably having a tough day. Let's just be honest, but let's keep going with the clip. Also, sorry for the terrible audio in the background. Apparently, Twisty is playing League, which probably explains a lot, right? Like, obviously, if you're playing League, you're having a tough time. You're probably going to be very toxic and angry, so, you know, just keep that in mind.
Don't be a real life, okay?
Well, I hate Epic and I hate his kind, so.
Ever since, I feel like did you say something to him? Because he stopped sending me stuff.
Like money or what?
No, porn.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's going to gloss over that. So the person in blue is someone else on the call. Apparently it's a VTuber. And she says that her fans stopped interacting, and they're like, Twisty's like, what were you receiving? Like money or? No, it was poontang. It's a little odd, right? I don't think that's the healthiest relationship between a content creator and one of their fans, but to each their own, I guess. Just wanted to point that out quickly.
A bear or Epic? I don't remember saying anything to Epic, but I probably have called it. I've definitely called him a creep, but I don't know how recent.
Then he just stopped. And
like, I definitely haven't spoken to him in months.
I think Epic is like attached to my She model.
I think so too.
Cause it was like,
awesome.
I think he's a pedophile and an Indian.
I cannot wait to meet him tomorrow.
Like Epic and Bear should honestly die. Epic is literally just a fucking parasocial creep who's trying to flirt with VTubers because he cannot have sex IRL.
I don't know.
And all the meanwhile, there's like all these leak sounds in the background. You know, typical leak comms. No, I'm joking. I listen. I'm a shit poster. That's kind of why I made these jokes on Twitter earlier.
He's just lonely, I guess.
No, he's a fucking loser. He's a manipulative loser.
Just
who doesn't even send you money, so you should drop him.
Who doesn't even send you money, you should drop him.
Like Romeo.
Star's birth is his
He told me his brother died.
Who cares?
You need to leave!
You should get her free tickets as a birthday present.
I don't even think I can get my health tickets.
Why not?
Because my company hates me.
Yeah, here's a claim that her company hates her. There were similar claims in her leaked DMs earlier. I feel called out by the flirt of VTubers thing. Well, that's a you thing, Charlie. I feel like I missed another super chat. I'm sorry.
I feel like you overlooked that factor a lot.
Oh my god.
The fan!
Wife, the new fucking Brave group wave is so bad.
Okay, this is one part that I find very damning, where she just starts roasting the new Brave group wave. She doesn't really mention what branch it is, so it could be, it could be Idol, it could be V4 Mirai. Like if you put like all the politics aside and, all the slurs aside, I feel like, everybody should at least agree on this part that it's like, it makes her look very insecure and very jealous.
Bad optics, which they say that's ironic. Say Brave dodged a damn missile for not giving her a callback. So yeah, you're saying I feel like this is a good reason, example of why people tend to keep these things private. And it just seems like a lot of people just aren't very happy with this overall. And it's kind of a weird comment. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like she could have left that apology video with that kind of bombshell that she dropped on Niji Sanji and just left it at that, and that would have been like the end of it. And I feel like that probably would have been the better kind of move there, especially considering a lot of the stuff that has been said. But obviously she had to go and kind of double down, and also there's one thing that apologizing and stuff, but also she just makes it seem like, oh, well, I don't really apologize for this and I don't really apologize for that. And it kind of like dismantles the apology in itself, in my opinion. But again, maybe you don't think that way. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, people have been, responding to this pretty crazily. And obviously we've got this original post as well from the original live stream. People saying, for those who didn't watch the stream, she repeated the same points from her apology and was clear about that. And then she jokes that she still hated Yari, but was still primarily apologetic. Then she moved on to the situation with her company and said a lot of things she said in the leaks. New info so far was her saying that she was put on break after the video on Asta came out. She also reminded people that if other co-workers share positive experiences or positive about Niji, not to view it as a defense. Their experiences are their own. She had one meeting with little actual discussion on Asta, and she doesn't think there was an investigation. She alluded to a monetary settlement being offered in exchange for her silence, but refused. Then she went in depth. Then she went in depth on the things discussed in the leaks, their conversations with Asta, how he treated others the same way, and his inappropriate behavior. She also mentioned how Niji refused to do anything to Asta out of fear of retaliation. She mentioned how his behavior is not new and how he would specifically target new hires, especially women. Niji Sanji also told her to never speak about the sexual harassment with anyone. Twisty and her colleagues pleaded with Niji Sanji in an attempt to take Asta's behavior seriously. She also mentioned to have documentation with Asta's own acknowledgement about the sexual harassment. They say she...
Now that we've heard Twisty admit she dislikes Indians and doesn't care about anyone who don't give her money, fans are sending her pornography. I didn't even include the part where she admits to being a Lolicon and plans to continue doing so. Now let's go over the apology tweet she sent, and we'll read a couple lines together and you be the judge. I'll tell you my final thoughts after that.
A recording of me from almost a year ago was leaked, and I want to address that to the best of my ability today. What I said was hateful, cruel, and insanely inappropriate, racist, transphobic, and honestly just straight up mean. I don't want to try to make excuses. Regardless of what I was angry about or dealing with, those words were wrong, and I want to fully own up to it. That conversation came from a place of protectiveness and frustration over how someone close to me was being treated. But regardless, that doesn't excuse the language I used. And I am sorry that my anger boiled over into something so ugly and so hurtful to many. To me, Words were always just words. There was never any deeper meaning to anything. I felt that if you had the ability to speak, why not say whatever you want? I never really questioned the thoughts nor beliefs I grew up with until very recently. I've luckily been able to meet some kind-hearted and wonderful people that pushed, supported, and urged me to become better and grow as a person. I started to realize how much power words carry. They are able to hurt people, inflict and reinforce harm, and even make people feel unsafe, even if I didn't mean it that way. But I feel that this past year has been a turning point. With the help of friends who have educated me and shared their experiences, I've started to really understand just how much harm those old ways of thinking can cause. I have made the choice to turn away from what I was raised on and to actively unlearn all of that harmful rhetoric. Maybe it's dumb to say, because this conversation happened not that long ago, but even in the small period since the incident occurred, I do think I have started to grow more as a person. I want to be absolutely 100% clear on this. Despite all of the awful things I said, I have never truly held those views. And to this day, I still do not. The words I used were ignorant and deeply hateful, but I do not believe they represent my actual beliefs or values. Racist, transphobic, violent, or otherwise any type of dehumanizing language has no place in the community I would like to create, even in moments of frustration or anger or anything. Saying those things was unacceptable, and I am deeply ashamed of myself. I know a lot of people see me as based or want to put their views and feelings onto me, but that is not the type of person I am. I am just a girl who wants to stream and have fun with her friends and fans, thinking about cute seals and cute girls. I have never and will never promote that type of behavior to my fans, and I regret setting a bad example for them. I know that there is no perfect way to apologize, and some people won't be able to forgive me, and that is 100% okay. I am honestly just extremely sorry it happened at all. I know this has disappointed many. Some will never forgive me, and again, I genuinely cannot blame them. I'm sorry that I ever said these things, and I will keep doing the work to make sure that I never say them again. Thank you to those who've stood up to me, and to those people who have called me out on it. I am paying attention, and I am learning. And I'm trying to move forward as the person I want to be, not the person I was on that call. There are a lot of things that I wish I could address, but am unable to. For what I have said, I tend to struggle with words, so I hope that I was able to convey my feelings properly to you. I'm going to be taking some time and stepping back to focus on myself and take this seriously. I genuinely never want to be that person again. To those groups I hurt, to my fans, and to anybody else affected, I truly apologize. After reading the samples, let me share my thoughts on everything. Also, please share your ideas in the comments section below. I genuinely believe that Twisty meant everything, or at least the majority of what was in the Discord leak. I detest it when live streamers act all PG-13 in front of a live stream. However, when it comes to behind the scenes or non-live broadcasting, they want to act completely differently. You see this all the time. She did indicate that the audio occurred not long ago, so I suppose that's how she feels about people behind the scenes. Why not act that way in front of the cameras? At least you're being honest. You may support her if you want, but I've seen these hiccups all the time, and honestly, don't believe them. But that's me. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.